Peace, YouTube fam. It's your boy Zay coming back at you with another one. You did, you know how we do it. Get right into it. I know y'all probably asking why I got a shirt wrapped around my head. I just wash my hair, and sometimes I like to wrap a old shirt around my hair. Just because it's easier for me to tie it, and plus it's not so heavy on my hair. But I want to get right into the video, bro. I ain't gonna wait too long. The state of marijuana, as y'all already probably seen in the title, the state of marijuana. And I know a lot of people not gonna like this one, especially the weed enthusiasts. And I understand, you feel me? But hear me out. Just hear me out. I've had my fair share of marijuana over the years. Let's just say that I've had my fair share well over a couple years. So I've been able to see the transition of even from when I started. Even then it was different from when it was in the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s. But even from when I started, from that point to now, I'm telling you, bro, it's a completely different thing, bro. Completely different substance, a completely different plant. You gotta understand, when you mix breed and you hybrid a particular plant so many times, bro, it loses its original essence. You feel me? And like I said, I know a lot of people in my generation won't admit this, but bro, it's just this weed today is not the same, bro. It's not. I'm telling you. Which is why I had went on my hiatus about 7 days after my birthday. I wanted to start on my birthday, but I actually wanted to start before my birthday. But my birthday was June 9th, for anybody that's wondering. But I wanted to start before it. But every time I would try to stop, it was like it kept pulling me back, bro. It kept pulling me back. You feel me? And I'm the type, I don't like to be controlled by nothing. I like to pride myself on having self-mastery in any field, in any lane, or anything I'm involved in. I like to be in control over anything that I consume, I partake in, all of that. So it was getting to a point to where it's just like I was coming on a schedule, and I ain't like that. And another thing that I realized about these strands today, all these different names, nerds, pop rocks, bubblegum kush, and all this, bruh, these new strands have you so spaced out, bruh, to where it's not even enjoyable. And now I'll see people in the comments in different places be like, oh yeah, I just ain't never smoked no da da da. It's like, bruh, nah, at this point, nah, because how high are y'all trying to get, bro? Like, y'all remember the ganja from back in the, well, I don't even say back in the day, but a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? You spark up, you hit it, and it's just like you vibing. You know you high, but you just vibing though. But it's weak now, bro. You can't you hit it a couple 2-3 times, and my tolerance was pretty high, bro. Like I was on the Wiz Khalifa bong machine, so moon rocks. Like, bro, my tolerance was high. But it was gotten to a point where I was like, bro, it would come to times where I'm like, why am I this high? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Because for me, I already think deeply about a lot of things. That's how my mind works. So when I'm off the tree, it's like I got like intergalactic, cosmic, super dimensional thoughts that don't have nothing to do with my current reality. So I'm just so spaced out thinking about a bunch of different stuff that's not benefiting my current reality. And mind you, I'm the type that can still get my work done while I'm on it. Especially depending on the type of strands you get, it'll either give you energy or slow you down. Even when I'm on the strands that slow you down, I'm still the type that can get my work done. But just being real, it still slows me down. So I'm fighting against that sluggishness. So I'm putting more energy out just to get the work done because I'm fighting against this sluggishness. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm being honest, a good amount of my generation is addicted to weed, bro. It's addicted to this weed out here. And most of them don't want to admit it. They'll say, oh, I can stop anytime I want. Then everybody can say they can stop. And this goes across the board with anything. People always say they can stop something, but they never actually tried to see if they actually could stop it. And that's where I got to, because I was like, oh yeah, I can stop it. So I tried to stop. Then I found myself a couple days back at it. I'm like, nah. I can't go for that. I can't go for that. And it's just the harsh reality, the harsh truth of today's time, bro. And even other people in my generation are starting to peep the same thing. And even Gunna put it in one of his latest songs. Smoking and Scotty just starting to hit like it's cracking it. So subconsciously, people know. Like, people know for a rapper to say that in a song, he's not the only one that's having that thought. Like, bro, why is this hitting like that? And I'm getting into my particular theory later on. But there was another TikTok I seen where this girl was like, she's basically saying the same thing. Like, why does weed starting to feel like it got crack in it? Like, everybody in the comments, there's a couple people in the comments like, oh yeah, I just ain't never smoked no da-da-da-da. Y'all ain't never had no pressure. Bro, please. Anybody who knows these strands are completely different, bro. They're completely pumped up, they dosed up. And it's like, bro, I don't understand for it to be that pumped up with THC and chemicals, and who's searching for this extreme high? Like, what about your reality that you don't like? Cause me personally, I was cool with the tree that, get you right, get you, feeling good, and you just vibe out. But you can't even vibe out on this new, bro. I'm telling you, bro, you can't. This new shit, bro. It ain't nothing you can just vibe out on, bro. It ain't no just casual. All right, you kicking with the bro. Y'all just with some shot and y'all just chopping it up. Man, this new, you try to smoke with some people and you just trying to kick it, man. Everybody in there quiet because they feel like they about to green out. Oh God, no, bro. I'm telling you. And I thought I was tripping. But when I seen that TikTok post and they had like 200K likes, and everybody in the comments like, oh God. And it's just like, bruh. And mind you, my plug was very reliable, very credible, and all that. But it's just these strands that and he got it from Cali, but these strands, even when they coming from Cali, like, these strands are just getting out of hand, bro. And people like say it's like a flex, like, oh, y'all just ain't never, y'all don't know how to control y'all high, this and that. It was like, bro, I've been to the point to where I just felt like complete energy. There was a time I was on Mook Rock. Yeah, I just felt like I was complete energy, just energy. So a motherfucker can't tell me about not being high. I've been out of my body one time. You know what I'm saying? I had inhaled the moon rock, but I accidentally swallowed it. And I did that twice, back to back. It was accidentally, though. I still don't know how I did it twice. But it happened. And I went for that ride that day. That day and night. And that next morning. So a person can't tell me nothing about, oh, you don't know how. I know it, how it is. My point being, what about your life that you don't like, that you want to get this spaced out, this unconscious every day? Forget every day at all. Like, I don't get it. What is it a competition to see who can get the highest? Like, what are we trying to prove here? Okay, you get the highest, bro. Congrats. What are you doing in real life? Are you completing anything? Are you working towards anything? Are you progressing at all? Or do you smoke weed and then you get into this mental delusion? Because this is what happened. People smoke the weed and they sit back and they start to convince themselves that, man, I'm doing pretty good, because that weed puts you in a comfortable state. And I'm going to get to that on the next video. It puts you in a comfortable state to where you start thinking like, man, you know what? I'm good. I'm doing good. Da, 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 da. And I had this conversation with my mom. It's like, it make you feel like you doing what you're doing. Even if that's the case, that you doing pretty good. If you know you're not where you need to be, you shouldn't be that comfortable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be that, because it creates this false reality in your head that, man, I'm doing good. But then when you come back down, you go back to your real reality. So when that real reality comes back, a lot of people don't like residing in that real reality. So what they do, they spark back up to go back into that, you know, that created reality that the weed enhances in them. So this is, I know some people ain't gonna like this, and trust me, I was on it. So this ain't coming from somebody who wasn't indulging in the different strands. I was a connoisseur at one point. I was a connoisseur. But I started waning myself back because I was seeing the type of effect it had on me. And not to say it was a huge detrimental effect, but I seen I wasn't at my best. And I'm somebody who, what I'm trying to do in life is going to take 100% of me. At least to get to where I'm trying to go. And once I do what I do and I, you know what I'm saying, I got my stuff together, then, you know, if I want to, I'll worry about it. I'll focus more on indulging in, you know, in the tree. But even then, like, I'm really leaning more so towards either CBD, or if I do want to go to THC route, I really want to grow my own, bro, because it's to that point. I'm not even remotely intrigued about a lot of these strands and trying to match up with people, and I'm cool on it, because since I've been off of it for about a month, I want to say a month and a half, close to 2. Now I have had like THC edibles, like THC products or whatnot, but it's a difference, and the reason why it's a difference, you still, you know, get the hotness, but the reason why it's a difference is because when you put a flame to a marijuana plant, it changes its molecular structure. You feel me? So it's not in its original state that it's supposed to be in when you burn it. Not to say you shouldn't burn it, or I mean, you can do what you do, but I'm just saying it's not an original cannabis plant on how it was used in ancient times. So that's why it's statistically proven that you lose brain cells when you smoke. You know what I'm saying? And people will probably come back to that, man, I get my best ideas when I'm high. I understand that. You probably do. And I used to think that too. But then when I got off of it, I started having these same ideas, these same thoughts while I was sober. Actually, more advanced, because I was able to not only have that thought, because a lot of people that have that thought and they're not able to expand and actually continue down the path on that thought. They just had that brilliant thought, and it just, they'll damn near end up even forgetting it. But even shit, I figured out when I'm just completely sober, bro. And I always knew this about myself, but when you get lost in consuming the marijuana, you start creating this reality of thinking, oh, when I'm off the gas, that's why I think the best. But I'm telling you, when you gain back your optimal mind and your sober state, bro, no thoughts come clearer than in that moment, in that state of mind. I'm telling you, bro. No thoughts come clearer. No ideas come clearer. Bro, I'm telling you. I promise you, bro. This is me speaking on a month and a half out, and I don't mention it at all. Only time I do, you know, indulge in the infused products is I we got infused drinks for our drink company. So if my brother, he got one, he'll give it to me. I drink it, but I drink like a sip every 3 or 4 days. It ain't like I'm sipping I sip every 3 or 4 days, because even that, it put me in a more relaxed state. You feel me? I feel it more in my body and less in my head, but it still put me in a more relaxed state. So just me being conscious about that, I'm knowing like, okay, I don't need to. If I am going, I don't need to sip this every day. I don't need to drink this every day. I don't need to kill it. For what? Well, once I get to that high point, where do I go from there? What, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I got with marijuana. I just kind of got fed up, because like, okay, I'm high now. Where do I go from here? It's just, yeah, we high. Everything we just did, we could have did it sober. You know what I'm saying? That's how I just be thinking about a lot of things now. People feel like they have to be intoxicated with things, whether it's, smoking or drinking, to have a good time. And when you don't need that to have a good time, people look at you like you're an anomaly. And that's just the current times we in, and getting into my theory so I don't forget. And people probably don't think it's a stretch, but I'm just being 100. Higher ups, whatever you want to call it, higher ups, the government, whatever. I don't really put a name on it, but them folks know that my generation and, the ones younger than me, they know what crack did in the 80s. They know that. So they know, like, we ain't finna be around here running, getting high off crack. Regardless of how high it gets you, the word crack is just no. Like, we're not going for that. So with these new weed strands, bro, they so pumped up that, bro, I'm telling you, it got a lot of, bro, just pay attention. That's all I'm gonna say. Just pay attention. It got a lot of my peers moving like crackheads, bro. If you feel like you need it every day, you're addicted to it. That's with anything. If you feel like you need coffee every day, you're addicted to it. No bullshit. We're all inadvertently addicted to our phones, whether we want to be or not, because not only we want to be, but because it's been such an integrated part of our everyday process, where there's people calling us or texting us, or us having to make a phone call, or us, handling business on our phone. Yeah, we need it just because of the modern world we live in, but we feel like we can't go a day without it. So we addicted to our cell phones in a sense. So they know we're not about to go run and get off no crack. They know that. So bro, just use your mind. Don't you ain't gotta take my word for truth or nothing, but just think. They're pumping up these weed strands, bro, to have you spaced out, for you to constantly keep reaching that high, bro. That's why they keep coming up with these different hybrid strands, crossbreeding and all that, find the next highest THC amount and 88% THC. Bro, like, why do you need an 88% strand, bro? I just don't understand that. And you can flex all day and say, oh, bro, you just ain't no stoner, you just don't know how to get. Whatever, bro. If that's a flex to you, I mean, after you get high, what then? Like, what's really the accomplishment from being the highest in the room, or the highest on the planet? But in reality, you at your lowest. You feel me? When you smoke, you the highest in the room, but can't nobody get higher than you. But in your real reality, bro, you the lowest. So, bro, this is just a wake-up call, bro. And for the longest, I was denying that. Because I had a sense of it, but because I was so consistent in my schedule, I'm like, nah, man, it's cool. But then, even with just like, when I had my solo sessions, Even when I have my solo sessions, I wouldn't even smoke a whole clip. I'll just get to a point to where I know I'm high. I don't need to continue past this. You feel me? So it got to a point to where it's just like, okay, I'm high. Now what? Like I already knew I had stuff to work on. You feel me? And some people say, you know, it energizes them, it does this and that for them. Teach his own. Teach his own. But the ones who know what I'm saying and talking about, yeah, I get exactly what I'm talking about. It's a lot of people who step back from the tree for this exact purpose of it just being completely way too much, bro. It's just too much. And it's just what it is, bro. It's just way too much. These trends is way too dosed up. Like I said, I remember when you could split up about 2 or 3 with your folks, and you just vibing with everybody. Everybody still vibing. We still communicating. We still chopping it up. We having a good time. You try to do that shit now, everybody gonna be quiet. Everybody in the room gonna be quiet. Telling you, bro. I'm telling you, and people's minds are so desensitized to the weed. Because if you be real, the THC done took over in a lot of people's minds and in their body, so they don't even realize what's happening within. They don't even realize they're addicted. They don't realize that how spaced out they are. They think that's normal, like, because I started normalizing it, how spaced out I was. I'm like, oh, this is part of it. Then I had to realize, like, whoa, I wasn't always like this spaced, all super spaced out. You know what I'm saying? Because I will remember back to the times when I was young, and I was like, hold on. No, it's not normal. But I was about to normalize it because it was such a part of my schedule that I didn't want to blame it because I was so used to it being a part of my schedule. You know what I'm saying? So I was starting to normalize it. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're normalizing it because they're so used to it being part of their schedule. And they don't feel like they can go without it in their schedule. So, you know, they'll fight tooth and nail to, it ain't the tree. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, just be mindful, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Mindful consumption. I ain't telling you to completely stop, go cold turkey, cause you got to feel that feeling within to stop. You know, I tried to stop a couple of times, and I kept, you know, going back to it till I got to a point fed up within myself, like, nah, bro. If I can go celibate 2.5 years, still going, I can. Once I develop sexual discipline, anything else I try to stop, I feel like I should be able to stop. And if I'm at a point where I feel like I can't, I'll run through the wall. I'll run through that wall, bro. It's like, nah, I'm going to have control over myself with anything, bro. With anything. And once you're able to do that, it's part of self-mastery. Once you're able to do that, bro, you become a powerful individual because you can feel yourself getting a little too dependent on this thing. Feel like it got to be a part of your schedule. Feel like it got to be a part of your daily routine for you to continue on and for you to thrive. And a lot of times people don't even be thriving off of it. Like I said, they create that delusion in their head thinking they thriving off of it. And all it's doing is just putting you in a relaxed state, putting you in a comfortable state. So I'm about to transition to this next video. And let me say this: this is not me demonizing marijuana. It is a very beneficial plant when used the right way. What do I ever plan on going back to smoking? I don't know, because since I've been doing my studies on how the marijuana plant changes when you burn it, when you put it on the fire. So I'm not saying I'm completely just done with it, but even if I do, it'll for sure be a super occasional thing. But for right now, not really. I'm cool on it. THC products here and there. You feel me? Very scarcely though. Very scarcely. And it ain't like I'm pressed for it. But if I'll probably more so in the future, I'll be more so CBD based with like a little bit of THC on the back end. You know, they got a lot of CBD flower. They got, you know, a light amount of THC, and really because I work out a lot, I think that'll be better for me. The CBD route. Another good way to use marijuana is tea. Boiling the tea, boiling the leaves. That was how they used in the ancient ways, boiling the leaves. But also, you know, edibles are pretty good and whatnot. You feel me? Just because it's the process is in a different matter and it doesn't evolve around putting the fire to the flame again, because that changes the molecular structure of it. You know, and that molecular structure changes the whole compound of the plant. So I'm gonna get into the next video and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.